Drunk on Broad, Beer Battered Sports, and the Fired Up Sports Show, which are available on all major podcasting hosting sites and social media. Also, check out Mark Ramos' Roundup on firedupsports.com, which breaks down the happenings going on with all your favorite local teams.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
Eagles! Swinging a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup. The Flyers win the Stanley Cup for the lead. Yes!
Iverson, wow, what a fake off Daniels as he broke his ankles and got all the way to the cup.
Oh, hey guys.
Oh, well, we're live
Oh, there we go. I saw our faces on there for a second there.
for a hot second.
For a hot second.
But yeah, listen, we're live.
We're live.
Well,
We're live
It's
and
raining.
alive. The apocalypse didn't
surprise.
hit yet.
Yep, we're all gonna die.
Surprise, surprise! It's wet. It's gonna be wet.
We are the three horsemen of the apocalypse. We are fortunately our podcast. We cannot afford a fourth. Our sponsors haven't come up with the checks yet. They mentioned a check.
Oh God!
I hope you guys all have your floaties ready in case it gets hairy outside.
I built my ark yesterday, so we're good to go.
Man,
Very nice. Well, listen,
so handy.
your
man.
city apocalypse.
Handy.
Well, the ark's dimensions are 4 inches by 6 inches, but you know what I heard is it'll grow. I've been waiting to hear that. I've been told that since I was like 8. So just saying, it'll grow.
Oh God, I love
I
it.
tell people it's an ark. You know what I'm saying?
That's
We
fantastic.
tell them it's an ark. Oh, it's
God.
beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing, guys.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, listen, your infinite wisdom helped us out again because in the midst of our text chain today, describing how bad Bryce Harper is.
Yeah.
It works every time, bro.
Every
It
time.
works
Without
every
fail.
time.
Yeah, Nick Sirianni, fire him into the sun.
Win a Super Bowl.
Rattles off 17 out of 18, wins a Super Bowl. Rich talks infinite shit about Bryce Harper today, about how bad he is.
Yeah.
Well, Bryce Harper has 3 doubles and a home run.
Yeah, 4 for 6, bro.
He's back.
Yo, you remember when I talked shit on him and he fucking won, like, should have won MVP or did win MVP? It's what I do. If I talk shit, we win. Jalen Hurts, figure it the fuck out. You should be traded. Boom, Super Bowl MVP. Fire Nick Sirianni into the sun. Super Bowl. I'm like the negative Nostradamus, bro. Negative Nostradamus.
Oh, God, I love that. That's
Shit
fabulous.
just pops off in my brain and boop, it's all right in the world.
We're
Yeah,
just
Philly's
like
kicked
that.
their ass.
You know, we're just drunk on broad. We just, we affect people.
We affect people.
We affect
We
people.
hope so.
I'm just saying,
Listen.
if they want to come on our podcast, Jalen, Bryce, what's up? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I would be that
If you
that
wanna
would be the first time you guys would hear me be silent. I'd be like,
What? But listen, you got all right, Adam.
hey,
Appreciate
Adam.
you checking in. Listen, you can go find all the Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, Flyers inspired merch over at Philly Drinkers with the code DrunkOnBra15.
Hell yeah, 50% off.
Yeah, go
Get
find
it.
yourself some nice stuff, and I will say there is a baseball box available, which is like a hat, a couple T-shirts. There's a couple of things in there. It's a good deal, and if you use the code, you might get all of those things for like $16. So
Ooh,
go check it out.
check that shit out.
You got it. Well, listen, this is a really, really it's a really weird time in the off season because there's not a whole lot of
Going on.
all of the off season stuff is
Yeah.
done. We're kind of in that waiting game of waiting for, we know training camp is about to start. We know
2
that
weeks.
it's a couple weeks, right? And at some point we're going to have to embark on the
13 days.
starting up the fantasy, the golden mic. It'll be year 5 of the golden mics.
I think so. Is it year 5?
We'll have to.
Really? Wow.
It might be year 5.
Holy cow.
Something fun. I wanted to propose something fun for us
Okay.
in the vein of like the daily fantasy stuff.
Yes.
The three of us could do a daily fantasy draft for each week,
Oh, that'd be so much fun.
but we have to make up some rules.
Ooh. All right. All right.
Right?
Let's go.
All right. You have it. So here's one of the things I thought about.
Okay. You do that.
Only being able to use each play, like everybody, like we'll have to come up with like how many positions are what.
Okay.
And I thought about like if we only got to use each player once all season.
Ooh. All right. That would be tough. So we got to figure out a site and how to score this. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
going to be the tough part. Because I was going to say we could just do a DraftKings, because DraftKings has lineups that you can set as like a private thing between 3 people and do it that way. If you want to do the old pen and paper way, Don, all right. So what we can do is we
Okay.
can make our picks on the show. We can do 1 quarterback, two wide receivers, 2 running backs, a tight end. We won't do a flex, a kicker, and a defense.
Okay.
And I will go off of the scoring of the Golden Mike League. We can tally it up, and we could see who wins each week. And the person who wins at the end of the season will figure it out.
Gets
But I like
$5,000.
that.
Gets
You could-
$5,000. I like it.
Wins 5,000. Wins $5,000.
Joe, more like $5. Let's be honest.
$5,000. Sounds good. Yeah.
But I thought
All right,
that's
we'll do.
like-
All right, here's what we'll do.
Just to do something a little bit different.
The losers, whoever gets first, gets dinner of their choice. So we'll all go out to dinner, and the losers got to pay for the winner.
I like that.
This
Yep,
way, it gets
we're
us
go-
all together.
We're going to McDonald's, guys.
Joe's like, "Yo, McDonald's on Ridge Ave, drive-through. Don't even get out. We'll do one of the paid
Yeah,
forward.
you guys stand here. Don't look at anybody. Don't talk. I got this.
I like
I
it.
got this.
All right, so
Eyes in the bag.
we'll keep it as simple as possible. But you're talking about, Rich, I like the idea of using the scores from the Golden Mike League, right?
Yeah, it'll just be easy.
And then we'll have to just kind of manually transfer that stuff over and keep track of it that way.
Yeah.
But I like that a lot. I think that could be fun.
So, kickers and defense is just like standard. We could.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Does the Golden Mike? We don't do kickers, right?
I don't think we did.
No, we don't do
haven't done
kickers.
kickers, and we haven't done defenses.
Oh, we
We
don't
just
do
have,
kickers
like,
or defenses.
We just have like a million flexes.
All right, we'll just pull that off of like the NFL fantasy site. We'll just go off of their scorings.
I'm sure we can figure. I'm sure there's a way to figure it out.
Yeah, I like that. That would be fun though.
All right.
We got to
like
make
that.
but we have to submit the lineups. So what
Okay.
should we do? We'll put it in the chat because things happen on Sundays. So lineups got to be in the chat, our chat by
Noon.
1:00 on Sunday.
Okay. All right.
Do it.
All right. So Rich, so we're gonna do
1 quarterback,
quarterback, 2
2
running backs.
wide receivers, 2 running backs,
Okay.
4 kickers.
15 kickers, and 11 defenses. And you can only use the defense once. We're all going to be out by week 3. 1 kicker,
like it.
1 defense, 1 tight end. No flex.
Okay. All right. And then so You can only use the player once during the season.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, that'll make it tough. There's going to be some deep dives in there with wide
Most
receivers.
definitely. So if we want to, we can just do one running back, one wide receiver.
Nah, let's make it hard. Let's do
Make it-
two.
I like it.
Let's make it hard. I want to
Alright.
dive into some wide like 1 week. Someone's gonna be like, Will Shipley needs to score me a touchdown. Like I need it.
Oh,
Who's
I
the
love
number
that.
3 on the Broncos? I'm
Don't-
plugging
Alright.
them in.
So our lineups are set by 1.
By 1 on Sunday.
So what do we do about Thursday night games?
Oh shit! I forgot about Thursday night. Well, if
So
you want a
Thursday-
Thursday night guide, then you have to text it in the chat. So be like, I'm playing this guy on Thursday night, and then the rest
Okay.
of your lineup can be done on Sunday.
Yep.
Okay. Lineup set. All right. Anything else we want to put in writing? It's got to be in the chat.
Got to
Do you
be in
wanna-
the chat.
You want to put
Injuries,
a
if it happens, it happens.
just sucks to be you. Sucks
yeah.
to be you that week.
Sucks to be them.
Sucks to be Joe that week.
Oh, damn it! Why me again?
So what about this? What about if we had a Google sheet
Okay.
and just had it listed in there, and we'll just have a tab for each week?
Yeah, we can do that, and it'll help keep track of the of the people we used. So
I like it.
yeah, it's even better.
Good stuff,
All
guys.
right. Anything else?
Hmm.
Anything you want to put in writing now?
Tiebreaker could be Monday night's score.
Okay.
And we can only pick players whose last name starts with R.
I don't know any players.
I know. I don't know. It just came to me.
It's to Joe. I think you're onto something. I think you're onto
Okay.
something.
All right.
I was
This will be
kidding.
fun.
Don't-
I like
no,
this.
We're not going to do that, right? We're definitely not doing that. No.
That'd be so great.
God damn it! What's his name?
Does Russell Wilson count? It begins with an R. What is his first name? But in the phone book, it's Wilson Russell.
Oh my god. That's
That's
great.
cool. I like that. That's gonna be fun.
All right.
Yep.
That'll be fun.
We'll do
And
it
if we
out of
think
the
of
three of
anything,
us.
we can think of anything between now and then.
Yeah,
We can just add it to it.
perfect. And winner gets dinner on the losers. So
Winner gets dinner on the losers. I like it. I like that. All right. We need a name for this.
let's see. Joe, what do you got?
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
All right.
Let's get back to you.
I mean, we got the golden mic. That's all of our podcast people. But
Yep.
we gotta come up with a crafty name for
Crafty
this.
name for the weekly Drunk on Broad daily fantasy. Drunk on daily fantasy. No, I can't do that.
Plastered on Pattison.
Plastered on Pattison. Plastered on Pattison.
We might have to put this in a chat GPT.
Yeah, Dookie and Delco. No, somebody did that already. It was a woman.
Dookie and Delco.
Dookie and Delco.
Oh yeah, dude, the Delco Dukier.
The Delco
Oh,
Booper.
God.
Delco
Delco
Deucer, that's right. Delco Deucer.
The Delco Deuce.
You remember that?
Delco Deuce. Yeah, I'm gonna take a Delco Deuce. I'll be right back.
Oh,
You're watching that and you're like, is this really happening?
Yo, crazy shit, literally. And
no, all puns intended.
all puns
She
intended.
really taught them a lesson. Then she walked back with shitty drawers.
I know. And then she was smiling when she got arrested. Like that's just
Ah,
wild.
Oh god.
Wild.
that's,
Yeah, we'll
that's
chat GBT that. We'll get a good name for it. Oh man.
All right. So speaking of rules, I'm going to make you commissioner of the NFL. You get to change how many? What? Let's say you get to change 2 things.
Okay. I would say everything is reviewable.
Okay.
That would be my first rule. Would be everything is reviewable. But it's
That I-
not. It's reviewable by the NFL, not the coaching staff, because we see how many times refs get shit wrong, and I'm It's kind of like what happened last night with the Phillies and the umpire last night.
Yes.
Like I'm all for the robo umps, and I really believe that we need robo like NFL referees because there's just so many egregious and terrible calls. Like everything should be reviewed. Like if a dude's getting drugged down and you have to watch it on the jumbotron and there's a no flag, and then they show it 3 times with the guy getting pulled down, like New York should be like, all right, we're throwing the flag on that. Like,
Right.
how'd you miss that? So
And that to me is like the most egregious thing is because we have so much information available. There's so many camera angles.
yeah,
There's just so much stuff that like how do you not I don't know how the leagues have not kind of just graduated towards that because of all of the camera angles that are available. To me,
yep,
that's like a no-brainer. Like you employ 32 people or 16 people, you
hmm
put one in every stadium, and not and not every call is going to go there, but like on the off chance that something looks kind of stupid,
hmm
you'd be like, "Doo-doo," right, call
yeah,
down, because they've like the robo ump stuff. They've used that in the minor leagues. They use that in, I think it's in the Korean baseball league or something like that, where it's like it it doesn't take away from it
no,
from the product, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time either. Like it's pretty seamless,
yeah. It's you get a tap. Bzz. All right, strike.
right?
Bzz, strike. Up, nothing. Ball. Ball. And then my second one, I think everybody would be on board with this, would be if a coordinator signs on for a 3 year deal, they must oblige and see out their deal. If not, say, same thing happened with Kellen Moore, right? Say New Orleans wants to hire him for a head coaching job. All right, great. He was in the first year of his contract. So now New Orleans is obligated to give us their first round pick.
Oh,
Or the comp pick should be a first. And if it's in the second year, the comp pick should be a second. And if it's in like the last year of their deal, like whatever, then they get a three no matter what. Like I don't it would stop this bullshit of coordinators getting poached and it would make you think twice. Because let's be real, Kellen Moore's gonna get fired in 2 years from New Orleans and go back to be a coordinator because they're gonna be dog shit. So it stops this constant turnover and it stops with these Jalen Hurts' fourth offensive coordinator or Joe Burrow's seventh offensive coordinator or Lamar Jackson's fourth. Like,
hmm,
come on, man. Like all these coordinators who were up and coming rising geniuses get poached
right.
after a year, but they sign 3 year deals. Like it's either sign a 1 year deal and re up, or if you sign a 3 year deal and you get poached in your first year, compensation for it's a first round pick.
I like that. I'm gonna add, Rich. I'm gonna take one of mine away, and I'm gonna add to yours. That coaching window of being able to hire coordinators doesn't open until after that team season is done. And
Perfect.
I would even go like go like one step further and go like the hiring window is the day after the Super Bowl. You can't interview, you can't hire anybody
Yeah.
until after the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
You want
agreed.
to you want to get rid of your coach before then, fine. But that coaching hiring window doesn't open until after the Super Bowl because you've got these scenarios where like guys are coordinators, but they're already signed on and they're kind of just waiting. Or you end up like the Eagles did after that Super Bowl where you lose both of your coordinators and now you're stuck with the best of what's left, which ended up being, Brian Johnson and, Sean Desai.
Yeah. No,
Joey,
Yeah.
give me your rule changes, Joe.
Um, you know, I think that they need to, and it's all about player safety, and I get it, and it's a violent game, it's an intense game, it's you go out there and you're putting your life on the line every single play, but I think they've gotten a little bit carried away with the roughing the passer.
Yep.
I think I get it. I get it. It's about protecting the players. I get it. It's about protecting the quarterbacks. But I think there needs to be a little bit more. There needs to be a little bit more leeway. Not everybody can agree with me, but that's my personal opinion. Obviously, if there's anything from like the neck up or the head or anything like that or anything low, like a knee shot or ankles or a guy's crawling on the ground and he jumps at the quarterback's legs. Um, I think it's taken away from the defensive intensity of the game, the
Yeah.
integrity of the game. You see guys apprehensive to lay a hit on the quarterback, or
Yes.
oh my god, that it's borderline going with the third step, going and hitting the quarterback. Am I gonna hold up? Am I gonna let him uh, let him off the hook, so to say? That's just one for me. I mean, there's gray areas and there's a fine line to walk with that, but I think it's gotten to a point where it's extending drives, it's extending plays, it's crucial parts of the game, fourth quarters, playoffs,
Yeah.
whatever it may be. You don't want something like that to change or alter the outcome of a game. And then another one for me is illegal man downfield. I mean, it's a minimal penalty, but I think it's just goofy. I think it's a lot of times you see these plays and they rewind it and they show the play and it really had nothing to do with the play.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Yeah.
It's really the really those kind of penalties are like they're so petty, but they're so annoying.
So to add to that, so like make it to be if the penalty is on the opposite side of the field, and it doesn't affect the play, don't throw the flag.
Right.
Like it has to be
I got you.
within 5 yards of the play itself to be called.
Agreed.
I would be fine with that because dude, Joe, it's fucking annoying when it's on the right hand
It's
side
nothing.
and the
It's like
dude's down and the play's on the left. It's like, what are you
nothing.
talking about? How can
It's
you make
Well,
that?
it's so
I'm
petty.
going to add
So
something
petty.
to that too, where I think I would be totally fine if you adopt the college rule and just say 15 yards. Like that, instead of it becoming just this 50-yard penalty that you get the 15 yards,
Right.
and like to me, I don't get the.
It's too much. It's too.
It really is.
Right. You bump a guy, you push a guy. Right. Like you said, Don. It could be a 60-yard pass. The ball could be
Very much.
the ball will be placed at the 1 yard. It could happen in the end zone on a bomb that's incomplete. He bumps into the guy, pushes the guy. I mean, yeah, that can change the game. That could be a backbreaker. It's third and long. You get a pass interference call. It's first and goal with the 1.
Yeah.
And you could lose the game because of a pass interference call, which could totally change whether you win or lose the game.
I like the fact that it's a spot foul, but what pisses me off is, you say you have, like for fantasy wise, I think there should be a column for most uncatchable, like, or most penalized pass yards or something like that. Like, yeah, how many times a wide receiver is just like about to get it and they get crushed, and it's like, well, that should have been a catch.
Yeah.
Like they should give the wide receiver the 55 yards or like 55 penalty yards. Like it should count for something because
Yeah.
I forget who it happened to the one game. It was like 3 50-yard passes and there were three. It wasn't on the Eagles, and it was like 3 pass interference calls. It's 150 yards. Like they got wiped off this dude's like slate. He got the penalties. Oh, it was DeAndre Hopkins when he was on Arizona. Yeah, when he was on Arizona, and it's like, bro, like for real, that's 150 yards, and he got I think like 2 catches for like 18 yards that game because the 3 pass interference calls. And wide receivers, you have incentives for hitting the amount of yards. Like,
Yep.
That's doing a lot of work to get tackled and not be able to make the catch.
Yeah, maybe you could do both. Maybe if it's egregious, maybe it's up at the ref's discretion. If it's blatant and obvious, and yeah, he takes the guy out, or he's like, dragging him to the ground. You can do make it however you want to call it, but if it's ticky tack, or if he's staying with a guy, maybe he just has one arm on his arm, and he's holding onto his hand, and he can't get the ball there at the last second. But maybe you can make it up the ref's discretion if it's like an egregious call or not.
Yeah.
Like the Saints. I mean, they've totally missed that call completely. The Saints Rams playoff game back with Drew Brees, where he completely annihilated the guy, and there wasn't even a flag on the play, which I probably would have done something very violent at the time, but can't say it on the show.
I can't say it right now, but
that particular play was that was probably one of the worst non-calls I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I can imagine. All right, gentlemen, I'm going with something super simple. Thursday night football is Throwback Thursday. If you play on Thursday night, you always wear a throwback jersey.
I saw that get floated around, and that's a pretty cool idea.
Right, like that to me is like every team's got them. Every team had
Chris.
And like that to me is like it doesn't mean that you can't wear them other times.
Yeah.
But like if you play on Thursday night,
you're wearing it. Yep.
You're wearing the throwback jersey.
Love it.
That's it.
I got one even better for you, Don.
Oh, go ahead.
Eliminate Thursday night football.
Hey.
And then we won't even have a problem.
All right.
Rich,
terrible.
I mean, at this point, you're going to have football almost every night of the week in a couple years.
I know, it's fucking annoying.
It's too much. It's over. I mean, maybe overkill is the wrong word for it, but you're not getting the maximum.
Yeah.
You're not getting these guys at 100%. You're not getting the best. You're just not getting the best out of these guys.
Yeah.
You have 3 days to recuperate from playing on a Sunday. I don't think that's fair.
Bro, and they're talking about like these guys coming out saying like they can't even walk for like 4 days after. Like
it spits crazy in the face of everything that they profess about player safety.
Yeah, that's the player safety issue. Is right there.
Right. The fact that you would have a guy play on Sunday and then turn around and play on Monday. Oh, on Thursday.
Rich. Maybe the storm hit.
No.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is. You blacked out, Joe.
Rich was hiding.
But all right. So the second one is a scheduling. We're going to start on Labor Day.
Yep.
And we're going to end on President's Day. We're switching the schedule up. I don't care. Like that to me is like a super simple, extra, it's an extra, like you take the extra bye, you give every team 2 byes, and you move the schedule so that the Super Bowl lands on the Sunday before President's Day. Everybody has off the next day.
Yep.
That I think is
happen.
That is probably coming when they move to this 18 games and they add, my hope is that they add a second bye. So every team's got a bye between, weeks 1 and 8, and got a bye between week 9 and week 18.
Yeah.
And that would be better for player safety. Spread the season out.
Yeah.
Give them more time to rest. Give them 2 breaks like that. That is something that I've thought about for a while now.
I mean, football has a ton of fucking time in between, like from the end of the season to the beginning of the season. Like, more than, I mean, hockey just ended in June. They're going to fire back up in fucking October.
Yeah.
Basketball, same fucking thing. Like, so, it's like they don't drag on because they're not best of 7 series and shit like that. But like, dude, drag the season out a little bit. You can afford to give another bye here and there, especially when you want to preach that, oh, we're all about player safety. The tush push should be banned because nobody's gotten hurt on the play. But everybody's getting hurt from playing in these extra games and playing 4 games in 12 days because they had to fly to Germany, then Argentina, then they had to play at that island with all only inhabited by penguins because God forbid they didn't have a market game.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we're selling a lot of merch down there to the penguins. It's
Oh God.
I was unaware.
yeah, well, Joe, well, that's where we're going this year. Then we got to go to Easter Island. Like it's crazy, but like, come on.
Stonehenge.
Yeah, we're going to Stonehenge, playing a game just inside the stones. Yeah, dude, it's like
How about a volcano? Is that a bad idea?
then we should play a game in the Ring of Fire. It's just gonna be great. Like, it's so fucking crazy that they're complaining over the tush push and other bullshit when they're like, we're gonna fly you to a different continent and then you're gonna play 3 days later over in wherever. And it's just like, come on, man. Stop giving us that
I
high and
mean,
mighty bullshit.
Mhm.
You had well, the Vikings played 2 consecutive international games this year.
Yeah.
That's
That I'm sure that's coming.
I'm waiting for the
Um,
Browns to play like a game overseas and then for them to get their
Just left
passports
there?
revoked and just left there.
Ah,
And then the Browns are like now like the Munich Browns, and it's just like yay,
the Munich
Deshaun,
Browns.
Deshaun
You know-
Watson stays over there, yay.
Oh my God, that's fabulous.
Oh, we got to keep him out of Amsterdam,
Oh, dude. It's over.
dude. The Browns can't go
Actually, you
over
know what? That might be a blessing in disguise for the Browns. We're off the hook.
We're off the hook. That's international waters now.
There you go.
That's a
That
touchy
is
subject.
They're gonna trap. They're gonna set him up.
It's a touchy subject.
Done.
Thank God he's not.
Oh my
no part
God.
of the push.
Oh,
He heard that and his mind went way somewhere else.
Yeah. That was good. That was good.
oh
Joe,
God.
hats off to you, Bob.
Preach. Hats off or pants off?
I mean,
Joe,
listen.
it's a
at this
50
one,
shot with you, bud.
I'm sorry. We took a wrong turn.
off the rails.
This
Yeah.
is what happens when there's not that much news.
There's
You can't
not
leave
that much.
3
Are you
boys
guys-
to their own devices.
There
Are
is
you guys
the
watching?
Eagles-
Are you guys watching
Eagles
the
just signed Jordan Matthews to the practice squad?
Really?
No.
The tight end, Jordan Matthews? He's making a comeback? Him and Kelvin Benjamin?
And, Davion Taylor is the strength and conditioning coach.
But he's not allowed at the facility until after sundown. So you'll never see him there. He won't show up, just like with his playing career with the Eagles. Crazy.
How about it?
Oh my
How
goodness.
about Bryce Huff? How about our boy Bryce Huff?
Oh, talking shit. Oh, I knew I wasn't going to be a good fit. Why? Because you got called out because you suck?
Yeah, dude. You got what did he get? I mean, they adjusted his signing bonus, but still, dude, like, okay, so yeah, you played with the Jets and you played this and you did these plays and this scheme and this and that, whatever. You signed a 3-year, $51 million deal. Like, all right, maybe they're gonna ask you to do something different. It's your job.
I was dying when he literally said, oh, yeah, after the first week, I knew I wasn't going to be a fit. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, why did you sign here then? No, you weren't a fit because Vic Fangio said, hey, bud, you got to
Hey,
do
bud.
better than
Fucking
this.
suck. Yeah, you might want to work on some shit because you suck.
Yeah, you're not better than these guys. Oh, wait. And then we get to the Super Bowl and you're not. Like, you didn't dress, bro. Like, I'd be embarrassed if I was him. The amount of money he got, he can laugh all the way to the bank. Haha. But, like, he should be embarrassed because that's the only time he's ever going to get to a Super Bowl. And he wasn't even on the field.
It's I mean, that is like your atypical. I'm gonna take my ball and go home. Like somebody told you about yourself. You didn't want to own it,
Nope.
and then you took your ball and you ran home. And
Guys, more importantly, did James Bradbury sign to a team?
Oh, hold on. I don't think so.
Because I was talking about another guy who just basically, got an A for the group project, didn't contribute anything.
You stay home with your ball.
You stay home with your ball,
You're gonna
James.
get.
I mean,
we're gonna send
listen
someone.
though, Rich. I at the very least though, at least he owned it.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. And he wasn't.
He went through the mentorship part of it. He stayed on the sidelines and didn't say boo to anybody.
You're right.
Didn't
You're
become
right.
a locker room problem. But I'll be damned if he was rolling down Broad Street after that Super Bowl.
A Super Bowl chip. I hope they gave him like a ring, like a ring pop ring.
Speaking of that, isn't that ceremony supposed to be coming up? Aren't they supposed to be getting their ring soon?
Yeah, the 18th.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it's the 18th.
Can't wait to see that shit.
I actually, right before the show, I had just gotten off the phone with Dave Spadaro, so.
Oh, nice.
I think you mentioned that. And we're still waiting on AJ Dillon. Come on, AJ. Where you at, bro?
Wait, AJ Dillon show up?
No, Don and I were sending him stuff on. I started the ball rolling,
nice.
and then Don ran with it. He was looking for. Was he looking for games on his phone or podcasts?
Things to do.
Yeah.
Like things to listen to.
Wait,
I think he settled on the audio book of Inner Excellence.
Damn it. You got to tell him to come on. I want to talk to Quad.
Well, we're trying.
Trying.
All right.
So as of right now, officially, it says officially his team is the Philadelphia Eagles. But I'm
James Bradbury?
I'm assuming when did they release him? He'll be. It just says he'll be released with a June 1st designation.
Yeah. Maybe they forgot.
Yeah.
Dude, how funny would that be? They just forgot to release him.
Oh shit!
That'd be great.
He just shows up to training camp. What's up, guys? We're like, wait a second. And Howie goes,
nobody called him.
Fuck, I forgot to cut him.
Well, they already gave his number to somebody.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's even better.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Oh, the corner. Mukumba, right?
Oh, nice.
I think Mukumba has Mukumba Matata.
Send me on my way.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Joe, how long is that going to be? If he has a good start to the season, that's got to be on a t-shirt.
What, Mukumba?
Mukumba Matata.
Mukumba Matata.
What a wonderful phrase. No, man, it's going to be milk and cookies. That's who it's going to be. That's got to be their name back there. And
it's your problem free. All right, I'll stop.
Philosophy, Hakuna Matata.
We're gonna
my rats' names.
Cancel the show.
What's my rats' names?
That's fabulous.
Hakuna Matata and Zazu. All
you have rats?
Yeah, I have 3 rats.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're pretty dope.
Are they?
Yeah, they're awesome pets.
If I came over and I didn't know that they were there, I'd probably pass out, Rich.
Well, Joe, not just running around my floor. They do have their own cage.
You don't have them in your hand and you pet them?
I mean, that'd be cool. I could probably put like Matata in like my hood and she would just chill there.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
I'll get her by the end of the show. Don't worry. I'll get her by the end.
Fabulous.
But yeah, you don't. We can't let them run around. The dogs will go nuts. What were we talking about? James Bradbury?
Oh, Bradbury.
We're kind of
James Bradbury.
Just going with it, you know.
Nigel Bradham.
Nigel Bradham.
Nigel Bradham's coming back.
What's he gonna do?
Work release program. He has to clean up the stadium.
Did he get popped for
carrying? He like pistol whipped a Cabana Boy or some shit.
Was he hanging out with Plaxico?
He definitely did that in Miami.
No, he just pistol whipped a fucking Cabana Boy. Like,
that's right.
Yeah, fucking dude was nuts.
But I think that was at the Super Bowl party, wasn't it?
I think they were just in Miami.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Wendell Smallwood was intimidating witnesses. And I'm just going through.
Didn't he go
Anybody
to jail too? What did he do?
intimidating witnesses?
That's right.
Yeah, for like a murder case.
That's right.
Jesus Christ.
Man.
Dude, it's so fucking crazy. But
Oh,
hey,
God.
since like 2012, 0. We've been like one of the best teams with the best cultures, baby. That's what we do.
I love it.
That's what we do.
Dude,
I love
you
it.
can't say enough good things, you know? It's crazy.
I mean, we can say enough good things.
No, we
can
can,
say a
but
lot.
I mean, you just, man, these are just awesome times, man. Awesome times.
You want to hear fucking crazy,
Yes.
crazy metrics? So I was listening to a thing the other day and it was talking about AJ Brown in comparison to Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. So
Okay.
in this 4-year span, who do you think has more receiving yards? AJ Brown, Jamar Chase, or Justin Jefferson?
JJ Brown.
Oh,
It's AJ Brown.
Brown.
He's ran 435 less passing routes than Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is behind him by 100 yards.
Oh.
So imagine if AJ ran the same amount, like Jamar Chase, 430, like 2 or 33 more passing like plays than AJ Brown over that 4-year span. He has more yards per game, more yards, average yards per season, and more yards. Like that's fucking crazy. Like than
That's
Jamar
bonkers,
Chase.
man.
Yeah.
And
On 435 less attempts.
they did a side by side comparison with him and Calvin Johnson.
And his number is better than Calvin Johnson.
He's either at the number or past some of his numbers.
That's fucking wild.
Calvin Johnson.
Yeah. And AJ's got a Super Bowl ring, so you know he's going to the fame.
Dude.
So, you know he's going to be in the hall.
And we're
Yeah.
not a pass first offense.
No.
Which is makes it even more crazy. Because your number 2 is Devontae Smith.
And who's our leading wide receiver in receiving yards in the playoffs?
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith. It's so fucking crazy, dude. Just 2 big game fucking wide receivers. Like that's nuts.
And
when you look at their the youth of this team, the youth of this team is what kind of jumps out at you.
Yeah.
The way that they've locked guys up. I mean, dare I start to use the D word? Dynastic.
Dynasty.
it's
Dynasty.
Because when you look at their skill positions, when you look at their contract situations, when you look at their flexibility, you're going to start to see some of that money kind of change hands and go over to the defense. But like,
yeah,
they've got guys locked up in all the right places, and it's amazing how much they flipped the roster, especially on defense.
Oh yeah,
because on defense, right? You're looking at I'm trying to
the
find
youngest
it.
and cheapest defense in the league.
Yep.
The youngest and cheapest.
And they hit on so many picks, and these guys are already Pro Bowl caliber and Super Bowl champions at Cooper DeJean, rookie year, Quinyon Mitchell, rookie year, Jalen Carter. It was year 2, 3.
Yeah,
year 2.
It's coming up to year 3.
And he hasn't even hasn't even tapped into into all his tricks.
Nolan Smith, year 2,
playing a position like it is just. We've never been in a position. This team, ever in its history, has never been in a position that they're in right now, where they're young, they know how to win, and they know how to keep that mentality.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody comes to camp on time. Everybody shows the camp on time. There's no bullshit that we know of, or
Yeah.
that you even hear about.
Yeah.
Because how he pays them ahead of the curve. They're taken care of financially, and they understand what it takes to win.
Yep.
Show up to work every day, like, all right, let's get back at it. Let's go do this again. Everybody is on the same page.
I believe it.
Everybody gets it, and everybody supports each other. Saquon Barkley comes on the game where he had a chance to break the record. Nick goes up to him. All right, put the other guys in, let them eat. That's humility. That's how you win, because every other player on that team saw that, heard what he did, and was like, I want to play with that guy. And
Right?
we're so grateful and lucky to have him come into this mix and bring and help us bring it all home. Jalen is the kind of guy, could have a shitty first quarter, could have a shitty game overall, and say, next play, next game,
Yeah.
one play at a time. As cliche as it sounds, everybody else falls in line with that, offensively, defensively, and the coaching staff. They all feed off of each other, and it really is like a family. It's a brotherhood. They
Crazy.
really all, because that's really how you win. New England had those years with Belichick. I mean, he had Belichick and Brady. They all fell in line with how Tom carried that offense and how Bill coached that team. Granted, they had, top of the line talent at a lot of different positions, but I guarantee you, if you took players from the Patriots that won, and you took players from the Eagles teams that won, they would probably pick Philly, because they won and they had each other's back, and they had fun when they did it. They had fun. They have fun for each other. They have fun. Everybody, Jalen Carter is going nuts when Saquon Barkley's running down the sideline for a touchdown. Jordan Davis is jumping up and down on the sideline. Saquon did that crazy play against the Jags. They all are in it together, and they're all on the same page, from the ownership all the way down.
I mean,
I do love it.
I mean, when you go through the roster and you look at the guys that they have and the guys that are locked up, and then the age of the guys, it's astounding that it really is like a GM masterclass, the way that they have rebuilt this roster in very short order, and locked guys up to the point where you're going to be a problem for a while. And every other team in this conference is going to be chasing them. You can't convince me otherwise. And I know that there's a lot of people out there with the takes about Detroit, about with the Rams. Listen, until I see it, what I saw in that playoff run and in that NFC Championship game and that Super Bowl, I mean, those last two games weren't even contests.
Yeah.
They were rocking chair rides.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come talk to me when I see it. When I see it on the field, I'll be the first person to tell you, because we want to be honest. We were we were pretty pessimistic going into
I was
that
ready
bye
to get
week
rid of
last year.
everyone.
I mean, Rich, if you went back and listened to the episode right after that Tampa game,
I was fucking not having it.
you were firing. Forget Sirianni, you were firing everybody into the sun.
I was.
And rightfully so, because it looked atrocious.
Yeah.
But you look at the way that they rebuilt this roster, man, and that the only way that you can do that and have that turnaround based on the start of the season, and then go on and win 17 out of 18 and win the Super Bowl, and win the NFC Championship game and Super Bowl going away.
Yep.
The only way you do that is with culture. But like, and take take the PFF rankings for whatever they are, right? But like, they're ranking the Eagles running back unit as number 4 in the NFL.
Stupid.
The wide receiver core at number 1, the offensive line at number 1, the linebacker unit at number 1, the defensive line unit at number 2, and the secondary at number 8.
8?
I don't know.
Who's better than our D line?
I don't. I only have. I'm only looking at. They have the Eagles position groups, but I'm trying to think about who would be ahead of them.
Toronto Argonauts. Heard they just got Johnny Manziel.
Calgary Stampede. Come on, Rich.
And Calgary Stampede. God,
Duh.
they're really good. They just got Lawrence Taylor. Forgot. Came out because he broke his nose. You know what I'm saying?
He did, but he's cooked up. I'm good. We're good. We're gonna
He went to
win.
rehab. What'd you break? My nose.
Here, hold on. Edge rushers, defender, interior. So when I go on PFF, it's ranking each individual position group. But
fuck
them, whatever.
Chris Collins versus
it just is what it is. All right, what do you got? Final thoughts?
Summer of movies, boys. We just saw Jurassic Park Rebirth. Loved it. Thought it was good. Superman's coming out. There's a lot of cool movies coming like this summer. So get out there, watch some fun movies, and take the fam and just enjoy it. Summer movies.
Rich, I'm at that age. I got a son that age. He went with his friend to see Jurassic World.
Fuck.
So I might have to convince him to go back and see it again, because I would like to go see it. But he was like, "Oh, Dad, me and my friend are going to." I'm like, "Damn."
What about me, dog? Can I come?
Damn, we've seen every other one. Damn.
That's a struggle, man. To piggyback off of that, I mean, my son Lucas, we do stuff too. It's kind of, but it's like, it's like process of elimination. Well, this person's not around; they're down shore. This person, this other buddy's working tonight. All right, Dad. Wait, I got a girlfriend.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hang out with the dog tonight. I come home late at night from one of my night jobs, and he's like, "All right, yeah, we can grab something to eat, maybe watch a little TV." All right, Dad, love you. I'm going to bed. It's like, but hey, at least he acknowledges me, and we do. We do stuff. I don't mean to. I don't mean to make.
No, most definitely.
He hasn't called me. He hasn't started calling you Joe yet. Come on, Joe. What the fuck?
We're not. We're never. I hope we're never. We're never at that stage.
Oh man.
I hope we're never at that stage.
Listen, 4th of July, we reintroduced the kids to Jaws. Sat down, turned the surround sound on, watched Jaws 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So that was kind of our movie weekend. But the summer's nice. Listen, we got the pool set up. This afternoon I was in the floaty listening to the Phillies game. Beverage in hand. I mean, it was dark. It wasn't bright and sunny, but it was warm and it was nice. And yeah, I mean, it's like you're like swimming through a swamp to figure it out. But it's Rich has, in the course of the show, the storm has now reached you.
Yeah, my dog's going fucking nuts. Why I had to leave was because I got the weather alert. I'm like, well, now there's my flood warning. Yeah, it's getting gnarly out, I guess. She's going fucking cuckoo.
All right. What's up, Rich?
All right. Well, you stuck around. You fucked around. You found out we're drunk on broad. That's Joe. That's Don. I'm Rich. As always, it's fucked Cowboys. I can never get that right. It's always backward. I keep forgetting. I'm just gonna
That's
start
Rich.
going like this. I was gonna. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. Jesus, go Birds.
Yeah, go Birds.
Drunk one, bro.
Go.
See, you got me.
Hey, Rich, listen. In honor of the Phillies blowout,
Go Birds.
let's just we'll let Uncle Jack take us out.
Hey, listen to this guy. Tell me how you're feeling here. You're screaming.
I am stoked, baby.
You're screaming like it's still the game going on.
We're talking about the fightings here. The fightings. Said.
Said, Mike.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.